Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this strawberry purse. It's very simple. I would say it's beginner friendly, and it only takes in total about 2 hours or less to make. So I will list the materials for you in the next slide, and then we can go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're going to start by making the first panel of the strawberry purse. We'll be making 2 of these, and what you're going to do is take your red yarn and make a slip knot. Okay, and then we're going to chain 7. Okay, now in the second chain from the hook, so not this first chain right here, but the next one, we're going to do a single crochet, and we're going to continue doing a single crochet in every stitch. Okay, so for round 3, you're going to chain 1 and turn at the end of round 2, and then round 3 is going to be an increase in this first stitch. And then in the next 4 stitches, you're going to be putting a single crochet, and then in that last stitch, we're going to do another increase. And at the end of round 3, you're going to chain 1 and turn. And now for rounds 4 through 5, it's just going to be 8 single crochet across, chain 1 turn. So you're going to repeat that for the next 2 rounds. Okay, now we're at the beginning of round 6, which is going to be kind of a repeat of round 3. We're going to do increase in the first stitch, and then 6 single crochet, and then the last stitch we're going to do an increase again until we have 10 stitches. And then the 2 rows after that will just be 10 single crochet. And this pattern continues that way until round 20. It's the increase, single crochet, increase, and then the next 2 rounds of just single crochet all the way up until round 20. So this is the 6th row, so we're going to do our increase. And then we're going to do single crochet, 6 of them. And our increase. And then chain 1 turn. And we'll do the next 2 rows of just 10 single crochet. Okay, so now we are at the beginning of round 9. So this is our increase row. So I'm going to do an increase. Now we're going to do 8 single crochet. And an increase in the last stitch. And chain 1 turn. And now for rows 10 and 11, we're just going to do 12 single crochet all the way across and chain 1 turn at the end. Now we're at row 12, so I'm going to do an increase, 10 single crochet, and then an increase and chain 1 turn. And you should have 14 stitches on this round. Okay, now for rows 13 through 14, I'm going to do 14 single crochet across and then chain 1 turn. Okay, so now I'm on row 15, so it's going to be an increase, 12 single crochet, and then another increase until you have 16 stitches, and then we'll chain 1 and turn. Okay, now for rows 16 and 17, it's going to be 16 single crochet and then chain 1 turn. Okay, now for round 18, it's going to be an increase, 14 single crochet, and then another increase, and you should have 18 stitches, and then of course we'll do the chain 1 and turn. Now for rounds 19 through 20, it's going to be 18 single crochet across, chain 1 turn for both rows. So now for round 20 or row 21, we're going to do an increase, 16 single crochet, and then an increase, and you should have 20 stitches, and then we'll chain 1 and turn. So now we are at row 22, and this is where it starts to get a little different. So for row 22, we're just going to do single crochet and chain 1 turn, but then the next row after that will be a decrease row. So I'm going to go ahead and do row 22, and then I'll show you what to do for the next round after that. Okay, so for our last row, it's going to be 2 decreases, and then 12 single crochet, and then 2 decreases again. So we're going to start by doing our decrease. So just go through the first stitch, pull up a loop, go through the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through those 3 loops, and then we're going to repeat that again in the next 2 stitches. Do 12 single crochet, and then in the last 4 stitches, those will be 2 decreases. So you should have 16 stitches in total when you're done with this. Okay, so that was our last row for the strawberry panel. So now all you have to do is just cut your yarn, and you really don't need to leave much of an end, just enough so that you can weave it in later. And then just pull it through like that. Tighten it a little bit, and then you'll need to weave in both of these ends, but you're done with the strawberry panel. You just need to make another one though, so you need to have 2 that are the same size. You just follow the instructions exactly the same, and I will meet you back for the next part. Okay, now we're gonna make the leaves, and they will end up looking something like this, and you will need to make 3 of them, so keep that in mind. And how we're gonna start off this is take your green yarn, whatever green yarn you're using, and we're gonna do 6 half double crochet in a magic ring. So however you want to do your magic ring, I'm gonna be doing it like this. Just do chain 2, and then in the first chain I will place 6 half double crochet. So yarn over, pull up a loop, go through all 3, and do that 5 more times. Six. Okay, so normally when you do a magic circle, you end up connecting them, we're not going to do that. Instead, you're just going to chain 2 and then turn like this. And then in that first, well, technically it's the last half double crochet we made, but the one that's right here closest to that first chain, you're going to put a half double crochet increase, and we're going to put an increase in every single stitch, so you should have 12 stitches. So I'm going to go ahead and do my first half double crochet increase, and you're just going to keep doing that in each stitch. Okay, and then I just go through this stitch right here and do a slip stitch, oops, like that to end it. And then you can go ahead and cut your yarn for the first 2 leaves, but then when you make the last leaf, you're going to want to keep the yarn on there, like don't cut your yarn at all, and I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, now we're going to attach our leaves onto our strawberry panel. It doesn't matter which one, just whichever one you think is the prettiest. And then if you want to, you can kind of clip like the leaves in place if you need to with stitch markers, but this is just optional. It might kind of help you gauge like where they're gonna be. Okay, and then with your last leaf that still has the yarn attached to it, this is where you're gonna start. So go ahead and line it up with on the top of the strawberry, and then basically you're gonna single crochet through both the leaf and the strawberry. So you're gonna go through the leaf and the strawberry and make a single crochet. And you basically just keep doing that across until you get to this like midway point here. This is where we're going to add the stem, so that will be a little bit different, but other than that, it's just a single crochet all the way across. I'm gonna go ahead and do that until I get right here, and then I'll show you how we'll do the stem. And then also, if you do want to kind of connect the leaves together, you can go through like a stitch right next to it, like on the one that your hook is through, and then go through the starting stitch in the next leaf, so they're kind of connected, if that makes sense. And then go through the strawberry. So this is the midpoint where we're gonna add the stem. So basically what you're gonna do is go through like normal and make the single crochet, but then you're gonna chain 4, and in the second chain from the hook, you're gonna put a half double crochet, or actually a double crochet, sorry. In the next chain, you're gonna put a double crochet increase, so 2 double crochet in the same stitch. And then in the next, you're going to do a double crochet. Now you should be able to continue as normal and just keep making your single crochets. And now you are done attaching the leaves onto the strawberry. So now we can go to the next part. Okay, now we're gonna start on the strap. So you're gonna make a slip knot. And then chain 7. Okay, and in the second chain from the hook, you're gonna put a single crochet. And you're gonna just do a single crochet all the way across. And the strap is pretty easy because it is literally just the same row we just did the entire way around. The only thing is it will take the longest because it has a bunch of rows. So I'm gonna go up to probably row 40 or 50, see how much longer I need to make it or if I need to stop there or whatever. But from here on out, I'm just gonna be doing literally the same thing, just back and forth and back and forth. It's just 6 single crochet, chain 1 turn for a lot of rows. And it doesn't have to be exactly as long as mine. I'm gonna be making mine for a child, so I'm not gonna be making it that long, but you can make it however long or however short you want to. It's just, you know, a personal preference. So now I'm done with my strap. I ended up doing 112 rows, but like I said, you can keep going to make it as long or short as you want. And now we're going to attach it to the strawberry. So you're gonna get this side first, and you want the embroidered side to be facing out. And then you're gonna grab the end of your yarn here. So we didn't cut it, we just left it on the last stitch like that. And then you're gonna line this up with the top of the strawberry, like this top stitch right here. You're gonna line that together, hold on, like this. Okay, so it's gonna go around like that. And I know this looks messy, but it'll be fine because you won't see it. It's gonna go around the whole strawberry like this. So how we're going to attach it is, so you're gonna grab your hook and go through the first stitch right there, and then you're gonna go through the strawberry as well, pull it through, and then just do a slip stitch. So you're gonna do that all the way around. You're gonna just line them up, go through both, and do a slip stitch, and keep going like that. And some of them you might just kind of have to force your hook through there, but wherever you can get it is fine. It doesn't have to be exact. And you just keep going like that until you end up right here. Okay, so now I've finished attaching this side, as you can see. Now we have to leave a really long end of our yarn and cut it, because to attach this side, you're gonna have to do that with your tapestry needle. So just leave a super long end, probably longer than you're actually gonna need. When you've got a lot of yarn, you can cut it, and then pull that through. Okay. Now we are going to finish the rest with our tapestry needle. So I'm actually gonna cut a little bit of this yarn off because I made it so long. Okay. All right, so now you're gonna get your tapestry needle, thread it through, and how I do this is basically you need to get the yarn over to this side, so you can just kind of go over like this. To get it through. Okay. And then grab your other strawberry panel, and as best you can, just line it up, and then kind of do the same thing, except instead of doing a slip stitch, we're just attaching it with our tapestry needle. And you just keep going like that. If you can see, hold on. Just like that, you're just sewing it on. And you're just doing that the whole way around. Until you get to the very end, which will be up here. And then all that's left will be to attach this end of the strap onto here, which we'll also do with the tapestry needle. Now we are finally at the end here, so all we need to do is attach the end of this strap right here with our tapestry needle, and then we'll be done. So as you can see, this is where my yarn's coming out at, so I'm just gonna line up the end of my strap and make sure it's like not twisted, make sure it's going around the right way, the way that you would wear it over your shoulder or your arm or whatever, and line it up. And then if you want to go ahead and get rid of that piece, you can, but I'll get rid of it later. And then you just sew it together like we've been doing everything else. With your tapestry needle, just go through like that. Until the whole thing is connected. And that is pretty much it. So if you wanted to, you could add like a lining inside the bag, like with fabric, but I think I'm just probably gonna leave this the way it is, although if you would like to see a tutorial on that, I might eventually do one. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to this. And if you liked this video, check out my channel because I have more crochet tutorials, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.